Hello, my name is Reza Rad from Radacat. Today, in this video, I want to talk about some of the most common mistakes that people do when they want to share their Power BI report within their organizations using workspaces, why they are not a good choice, and what is the best alternative for that. Let's go and check it out. I do have other videos explaining how the workspace roles and security is, or what is Power BI workspace app, or what is the new org app in Fabric. They are explaining more about that specific subject area and that specific feature. But in this video, I want to talk about some of the mistakes that people do when they share Power BI content. So assume that I work in an organization, I'm in the BI team or in the analytics team of my organizations. We have built some Power BI reports that we want to share with the business users. This might be an end user who doesn't do any Power BI development. It might be just like building, looking at the dashboards and playing with the slicers, filters, the interactivity of the report, or you might also have some users who are more like report visualizers. How you can share this. So one of the most common mistakes is this. When you look at this environment that I'm in right now, I have a Power BI, I have a few Power BI content. If I just filter it for the Power BI content, for example, here, let me also share the semantic model, paginated report, everything that is related to Power BI. Let's only have these. As you can see, I have a few Power BI reports, paginated reports, things like that within this workspace. When I look at here, I see that I have a list of workspaces here. Workspace is an environment for us to have a group of Power BI related objects or Fabric objects all together in one place and work with it. However, Workspace is not an environment for the users. It is an environment for us as developers to use it. So if I'm sharing this content with the rest of my analytics team and BI team, Workspace is the right place to do it. Instead of sending them the PBIX file, we'll have everything within this workspace or multiple workspaces. What I see as the most common mistakes that people do is that in the same workspace that they are building their content, they give access to the user within the same workspace. And how you would do that? Well, you can go to this manage access section over here. In here, you can go and add users directly over here. Now, you either go and add them directly by their email account, or you can also add a group. So let's say if I go and add a user over here. Now, let's say this is my other user that I'm going to add here. You have 4 options to give access to that user or security group, doesn't matter. Admin, member, contributor, and viewer. Admin, member, and contributor, they all can have edit power on the content within Workspace. So it is pretty clear that when you share this with your end users, you should not be using these because you don't want them to go and change the report that you have made and cause some troubles and issues that the report doesn't work. So it's clear that you wouldn't do that, although there are some differences between these 3, and I have explained it in another video. You can go and check it out. Now, the biggest mistake that a lot of people do is that they say, well, the viewer cannot change the report or any of the content that we have here, so I'm going to add users with the viewer level access. Now, that is the most common mistake that I see in a lot of Power BI implementations. Now, why that is a mistake? Consider this scenario. This is my report development area. This is the area that me and the rest of the BI team, we are dealing with it. We are changing the reports continuously. We are making a change. If the user has viewer access on the content in here, they will get impacted immediately. As soon as we make a change, they get impacted immediately. Normally, this is not what you want. Normally, you want a separation between your development environment and your user environment. Now, some people do this using separate workspaces. So you may have workspace for dev, workspace for production. In that case, you'll give access to your production workspace. That might work, although it might have some issues itself. But the other way is Power BI app, what we call as Workspace app as well. Instead of giving them access in here, we can go and create a Power BI app. Another problem with adding users with the viewer access is that what if I have like 10 reports in here and not all of them are ready to for user to consume yet? Like 5 of them are work in progress, 5 of them are ready for the user to consume. In that case, when I add that user as a viewer access, I'm actually giving them view of everything in this, all of my consumable object like reports, paginated reports, dashboards in this workspace, which is not normally what you want. Now, some people, instead of going to the right way, they go another direction. They actually go and say, well, I can go to each report manually and go to manage permission over here on the report itself, manage permission, and I can control it that way so that I can only give the user access to this particular view. Here you can add direct access to the people by adding the users. You can also give them build access if you want them to go and build like reports on top of your semantic model. Now, people think that this is a good way. No, this is also not a good way, because still with this process, you are making everything so complicated. Every time you are managing security or access level, you have to go to every individual report and dashboard and manage that. And that's a lot of work. So giving direct access to your users in the workspace is not a good idea to your end users, business users. Use the workspace as your development environment. This should be a place for your team to build your content. Your team should have contributor level access, member level for those who want to like share this content as an app to your end user. So what is the better way to do it then? If you are not going to give them viewer access on your workspace, if you are not going to do manage permission on each of these reports and do it, what is the better way? Well, here there are two solutions depending on what your licensing structure is. If you are using only Power BI license, such as Power BI Pro, one of the options that you have is creating an app, which we call it Power BI app or Workspace app. This, as of now, is a production-ready solution. It's a solution that we use for many of our customers. It is generally available. Regardless of if you are Power BI Pro or Premium, you can use it. When you create an app, and I explained it fully in another video, what is the Power BI app, why it is the best strategy. You'll put a name for your app. You might have some description on your app. In the content section, you'll go and add content from your workspace. So if you have like only 3 of the reports you want to share with your users, you'll go and create an app based on those 3. And you can organize these. You can put them in sections. You can build a really nice navigation menu in here. And finally, you'll go and add audience. You might say, well, I have a group of audience that will see everything, but then I have another group of audience that will only see, for example, like Sydney data, and Sydney data is this one, not this one, not this one. And then here you'll go and say who is the user group who would access to this. So their view would be different than everyone else's view. You can build as many as audiences you want. This way you have a user environment. If a developer goes and changes the content, this will not change the view of the app. Of course, there are some changes that would also impact here, such as changes in the semantic model, but a change in the report would not impact the report that the user is consuming. You have a selection of the content, like as you said, as you've seen in here. And of course, you can have multiple audience. So much easier to manage, much better central security system and access system than Workspace, viewer level access, or individual item sharing within the Workspace. This is one way. The other way, which is introduced recently, it is not yet generally available, is coming with the Fabric, although it is also available for Power BI Pro license as well. So if your workspace is a Pro workspace, you can still use that. That is called Org app or organization app. And I have 2 videos about that. One video particularly about Org app. The other one is what is the difference between Org app and Power BI app, some pros and cons of these. Now, Org app is probably going to be the next way of the future way of sharing Power BI content. With the Org app, the way that it works is that in your workspace, in your capacity-based workspace, or even Power BI Pro workspace, you'll go and add an item. This item could be what we call as an Org app. As you can see here, it is still preview at the time of creating this video. So you'll name that app something. You can create many. You can see I already have 3 Org apps in my workspace. The app element would be the content you want to share. Similar to Workspace app, you could choose which of these you want to add. Similar to Workspace app, you can add sections, links, so build it like a navigational menu. You can customize how it would look like. After building all of that, you can customize the look and feel of this. And finally, the part that is related to how you would share it comes after saving your app. So after I save my app, I would have the option to say, share it, right? And here you'll have option to share it. So here you can say, I want to give access to this group of people. And they would have access to the content of this app. And you can also like share them the link and give them the access. So either Org app or Workspace app, these are the right way to share the content with your users, not the workspace level access itself, not the viewer level on the workspace. Now you might do some exceptions sometimes, like your test users, you don't have always time to go and republish the app. You just want them to see exactly what you are working on right now. So you might give them access to your workspace viewer level access for a short period of the time. I do not, however, recommend to use that viewer level access for your end users instead of doing it in the right way, which is through the app, and also not through individual item sharing, because that's a lot of headache, that's a lot of maintenance work for your team. I hope this video helped you in your sharing strategy in your Power BI implementation. My name is Rosa Rad. Together with the team of Radacat, we help building, implementing best practice solutions for Power BI and Microsoft Fabric. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe in our YouTube channel. We have weekly videos about Power BI, about Microsoft Fabric, about AI. Until the next video, bye.